Hi. It's Fry Guy here. Just thought it'd be kind of fun to give a little tour of my Minecraft Forever world because, well, I've been playing on it for a couple of months and I've been having a really good time. So I just think it'd be kind of fun to show you. All right, now let's get out of this. So right now we're gonna start inside my starter house. I'll just put my camera back on. Yeah. So this is my starter house. It's pretty nice. Got like a little patio here. Furnace is out here. There's my enchanting setup. Should go back in here. Just got some of my basic chests that I have here. Got some enchanting books in here. I haven't really used this house much since I built my castle, which you can see over there, which we'll explore that later. So over here we have a little industrial district, which is not finished. I still haven't put in all like stone stairs and whatnot on these walls or finished building these walls, but I just kind of wanted a separate area to put all my farms. Like we have my automatic cactus farm here, we have my iron farm here, and then we have my sugarcane and bamboo farms, both of which are completely automatic. Which right now my bamboo farm's a little clogged up, so I might need to empty that at some point. But yeah. And over there we just have a pale garden tree. So that's kind of cool. You can see the iron farm's working right now. Okay, so now we go over here. She'll fly over here. So this is kind of like the main center of my little town that I've made. Well, I say town as if there's actually like more than one townhouse. That's my cow pen. It's not very crowded at the moment. I could probably breed them. I could probably breed them later. I got my sheep pen, which is where I just added wool for all the needs. Up there in the sky, that's where my creeper farm is. Not really too exciting. This is where I keep all the villagers from my villager breeder. And as you can see on the back, I gave a little farm in the back to use. And here is my villager trading hall, which really likes to spawn iron golems inside of it for some reason. We got a lot of good villagers. It's not completely filled out, because I haven't really felt the need to fill it out, but eventually I might do that. I don't know. But yeah, we got some good villagers in there. Over here, we have like kind of just like a central plaza, and then we have the watchtower with the farms. Sorry, this is like my original starter farm. Initially, it was just a giant spruce tree in the middle, but I decided to expand it into a whole watchtower, which is where I store my main beacons. Alright, so we're at the top, and you have this nice little overlook of the entire base, right? Which I haven't done anything on that side of the island yet. I need to do that at some point. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, and then you can see we got the ocean right over here. And, oh, there's that giant castle that I was talking about. Well, maybe let's go take a look at that. Right, so we can just, like, we don't have to walk all the way down. We can just glide out. Now, over here, we have a chessboard that I made, which is, I just made this while I was bored building the castle. I was like, okay, I want to work on something else right now. So I made a chessboard. I think it turned out pretty good. We also got this nice little, walkway with the creeper face there and the wall. And then if we go up here, we have the station for a roller coaster that I recently built, that's the most recent build of this world, which we'll ride that at the end. And then we can go through here and enter the castle. Now you can go either left, right, or keep going straight. If you go straight, you'll see where I had the dragon egg. We built this little end portal looking thing out of crying obsidian and regular obsidian. And then we kind of have this grand ballroom. Now, we got my throne here with another beacon. You can also sit in it as well. As you can see. Over here, we have our main storage area as well as our armory where we have all our furnaces. We got a lot of totems in here. A lot of other stuff in inventory. In terms of diamonds, that's how we're looking. Iron, I don't have as much in there because I mainly just don't bother moving it into there. I actually have a decent bit of gold. I have more gold than I thought I did, honestly. And over here we have our living room with a massive amount of enchanted chiseled bookshelves. Which, yeah, that took a lot of levels, which is why I'm only level 3. So you can sit here. This is where the TV would be. Get like a little sound system with the note blocks. Then we got a jukebox here too. So that's kind of cool. This room over here, I have not done yet. I have been too lazy to actually do this, and I don't really have ideas for what to put here, so if you have any ideas, let me know. Here we have our main dining room. Yeah, everyone's just got steak, and I don't know why I'm jumping on the table, but here we are. And now finally, if you go back here, you'll have my bedroom, which is where I have my main map of the world. As you can see, I have the creeper farm marked with a little thing. But yeah, this is like just the main map of my world. As you can see, we're right here in the castle. We have a little aquarium over here. We have my bed, ender chest, and all that good stuff. Now you might be noticing, oh, that's a weird thing you have on the roof there. Why does the roof look like that? Well, that's a great question. Let's head up there then, shall we? So we can take the spiral staircase in any of the pillars, or the turrets, I should say, to get to the second floor. Now this also goes up to a third floor, although the third floor here, you really just end up on the walls. But now that we're on the walls, you can see the ice boat racetrack that I made. I figured, you know what? I wanted a more creative way to light up this area up top than just spamming torches everywhere, because that doesn't look very good. But I didn't want mobs spawning up here, so naturally I made a fucking ice boat track instead. Now, okay, if we go down here, you can go into this little area, which you can also fly up here using an elytra. Now we can take a ride on the ice boat track. I'm not very good at ice boating, but I think it's still fun. Yeah, as you can see, I'm really terrible at this. But yeah, we just have a nice little fun ice boat track. And now, since the other turrets only go up to 2 floors, they don't have the extra layer, you can walk on the walls here and go on these turrets. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's the tour of the castle. This was a very tedious and long project to make. Like, it took me over 11 shulker boxes worth of stone. I also am lost.
One eternity later.
And now, of course, the elephant in the room, the roller coaster. So this was the most recent build I did in this world, just because I thought, you know what, it'd be fun. I like roller coasters. Also, we have this nice bridge here that kind of just goes over this giant cave, because, yeah, this is a pretty big cave. This has been my main source for all my ores. I would go down there, but it's kind of a mess, so, yeah. So yeah, that is the minecart roller coaster. I think in general it's just really cool to kind of like walk throughout this world. I don't know why is my speed beacon not working? There it goes. Now it's working. That was weird. But yeah, you might be wondering, okay, how many days did it take you to build this? 637. So, yeah, this was a very lengthy amount of time that I've played on this world. But, you know, I think it's kind of cool to just have a world that you keep going back to. As for stuff in the Nether and End, I don't really have anything there. I mean, I have an Enderman farm, but that's really about it. And in general, those dimensions are kind of a mess. Oh, yeah, I probably should have mentioned that my Nether portal is right over here, behind the watchtower. So that's cool. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time, whenever I actually decide to upload. Peace.